Hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I welcome you all to this mid-market live with SBI Securities. I hope I am audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box, अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स पे कमेंट करके बता सकते हो so that I know you all are with me live in the session. I see that some few people are joining in, so we just wait for a couple of minutes and then we should be good to go with today's mid-market session. Audio video is good. Chandrasekhar ji, good afternoon. Sanjeev ji, good afternoon to you as well. Great. We'll just wait for a minute and then we should be good to go. Good afternoon, Vinay ji. Good afternoon, Sandeep ji. Good afternoon, Himmat ji, Indradev ji, Vavesh ji. Good afternoon to you as well. Okay, perfect. Rafiq ji, good afternoon. Arvind ji, good afternoon. Great, guys. So let us start off with the mid-market session today. So first up with an update on the global markets first. So if we look at the US markets yesterday, so US markets had a very good day. So Dow Jones closed 0.16% higher. S&P 500 closed 0.46% higher, while the Nasdaq closed around 0.57% higher. So this was the fourth consecutive day of winning that was seen in the US indices. If you look at Dow futures, it's down 44 points. So it is indicating a slight flat to negative start to the US markets. And also, US markets will be closed. So we are closed tomorrow on account of Christmas. And also it will be a, holiday week in the US as well. If you look at the European markets, Germany was up 0.23%, London was up 0.24%. France was down 0.21%. So mixed, closing in the Europe markets. Even Eurostox 50 was had a flat close. It was down around 2 points. So both US markets and Europe markets, at least for the next 1 week until the new year, the momentum is likely to remain subdued as it's the holiday season there. If you look at the Asian markets, Nikkei is down 0.14%. Hang Seng is up 0.17%. China is up 0.47%. So that's the best performing Asian index. If you look at Kospi is down 0.21%. Whereas if you look at our markets, Nifty and Sensex, Nifty is up hardly 30 points. So intraday again has been very choppy in today's trade. Though we are positive, though we are above the 26,200 mark, but intraday में momentum या कुछ movement है ही नहीं. So only stock specific action is that can be seen today. So no index action until now. There is no action definitely. So Nifty up 27 points. Sensex is around 85 565 levels currently. If you look at the macro indicators, so dollar index continues to fall. So it was the third day of fall for the dollar index, almost from around 98. It has come down to 97.5. It has come below 97.5. That is, I think the markets are factoring in two rate cuts by Fed next year. So I think dollar index is kind of reacting to that. One interesting development, if you look at Indian government bonds 10-year yields, which had shot up to 6.7% yesterday, the yields has taken a drastic U-turn. It's down around 1.39%, and it is back below the trendline resistance here, which was at around 6.55% range. It has come below now, so that is kind of a good sign for equity markets. If you look at dollar by rupee, so dollar by rupee again, though rupee has kind of gained strength in the last 4-5 sessions, today dollar seems to have showing some strength here. It's up around 0.41%. Ideally, we should not go above the 91 mark again. I think any move above 91 is only going to put more pressure on our markets. Whereas any move below 89, that is likely to be positive for us. If you look at crude oil, so crude oil is seeing some bounce from the lower levels. That is from almost 54, $55 a barrel. We are at around $58.5 a barrel. That has got to do with the fact that some oil tankers have been blocked by US, the Venezuela oil tankers, and also Russia has hit Russia's vessels and piers for the first time. So some geopolitical, tensions around Russia, Ukraine, as well as the US and Venezuela as well, and that is what has caused the crude oil prices to kind of move up. But I don't think, as long as we stay below the 64, $65 a barrel mark, I don't think we are going to see much pressure. If you look at VIX, so VIX recorded the lowest point yesterday. I think we have another low today. So around 8.8 is what the low is for India VIX. So low India VIX, though it gives a good comfort to the bulls, but it absolutely takes away all the volatility out of the markets here. So markets are absolutely flat. You can actually probably feel how Nifty has been moving since last couple of days, and that has got to do with the fact that India VIX is at the lowest levels. We need some jump in the volatility. I think probably about 10.5 11 that could bring some volatility back into the markets. But this is a market where option buying might look very attractive, but then again, making money out of option buying, if the market stays range bound, it's very difficult to make money from option buying in this kind of markets. If you look at gold, so gold continues to move up higher. It's at it touched the $4,500 an ounce mark. So the way gold and silver have been moving up in the recent past, it looks like nobody is interested in equity markets, and almost all the money is flowing to gold and silver. So gold has almost hit $4,500 an ounce, and looks like it is likely to continue its upward trajectory with around $4,400 an ounce acting as a strong support zone. Whereas if you look at silver, it's at $72 an ounce. The way silver is moving up, it looks like silver might cross the dollar mark very soon, which is so dollar is at 89, silver is at 72. Looks like both the dollar index and dollar by rupee will be I think pushed behind by silver, the way silver has been moving up in the recent months. So 72, so almost $72.2 an ounce is where silver is. I think looks like, we might see $75, $76 an ounce in the short term very soon in silver. But I think one major cause of worry is the fact that, like we discussed yesterday, gold prices have been moving up very sharply along with silver. So a lot of central banks have been buying into gold as well. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope there is no major negative news that probably comes in as we start 2026. And I hope this is more of a strategic move, rather than as a hedge. So I think that is a cause of concern. So though we like gold prices moving up, but I think gold prices moving up like this, I think this is probably gold is set to post second highest gains after 1979. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out in the future. If you look at the FII positioning, so post FII is buying off around 3,600 crores on 17th to 19th. I think FIIs are back to selling in the cash market. So in the last 2 days, they have sold around 2,250 crores. And though the long short ratio has seen some improvement from almost 8%, it has gone to 12.77%. So we have seen definitely there is some mild short covering is what we are seeing in index futures. But still, FIIs continue to hold more short positions compared to long positions in index futures here. I think this figure needs to improve. The long short ratio needs to go up, towards 15, 17, 20%. I think that is I think only when short covering starts by the FIIs, that is when we could actually see momentum picking up in the Indian markets here. Now, if you look at the FII positioning, so if you see the candles that is forming in Nifty in the last 2 days, post getting a downward sloping trendline breakout and post the strong follow through move on the 22nd of December, the last 2 days, relatively Nifty has stayed quiet. Though it has been holding on to 26 240, 26 250 is where the resistance is for Nifty on the upside. While on the downside, Nifty has been holding on to 26 100, 26 120 level. So you can see extremely thin body candle. So yesterday also we had a thin body with shadows on either side. Today also we have a thin body with shadows on either side here. So I think any move about 26 240 that can push Nifty prices higher towards 26 350, 26 320, followed by 26 350 in the short term. On the downside, I don't think there is major risk for Nifty. The overall trend is positive, though we are just seeing a sideways movement in Nifty currently. We are still above all the key moving averages. You can see RSI is near about the 60 mark. DI plus is well above DI minus, and MACD line is above the zero line as well. So the overall structure is still bullish. I think once we take out this high that is around 26 to 40, 26 to 50, and provided we get short covering by the FIs as well, because next Tuesday is going to be the monthly expiry for Nifty. So if FII start covering their shorts, and if this resistance gets taken out, and if there is momentum back into the markets, I think then chances are that we can take off this high very soon. Immediately, I think we'll go towards 26 320, and I think once 26 320, once that hurdle is taken out, I think Nifty will probably start next leg of rally on the upside. And on the downside, around 26 100, that is likely to act as a strong support for Nifty. If you look at Sensex, so Sensex, similar story. Though Sensex had given a downward sloping trendline breakout, I think for the last 2 days, again, it has gone into sideways mode here with around, if you see 85 750, 85 800, that is acting as a strong resistance for Nifty. I think once 85 750, 85 800 is taken out, then chances are that we can move towards the 86 100, 86 150 levels in the short term. While immediately on the downside, around 85 300, that zone is likely to act as a strong support for Sensex here. So yesterday also we saw a shadow on the lower side, which indicated buying interest at the lower levels. Today also there is a minor lower shadow, but it is forming a doji candle here. You can see an extremely thin body where open and close is almost at the same levels, with wicks on either side. So clearly it indicates indecision. So I think any move above 85 750, 85 800, that can push the prices higher, while around 85 300 on the downside, that zone is likely to act as a strong support for Sensex. Also, Sensex, it trades above all the key moving averages. It is above its 20-day EMA. You can see RSI is somewhere around the 60 mark here, DI plus, it's well above the DI minus in the ADX. The overall trend is positive, not a market where you have to aggressively build short positions. It's just that there is no momentum. Market is currently sideways. I think India VIX is also at the lowest levels here. I think so. Once I think this level gets taken out, I think then chances are that even Sensex can move up on the higher side. If you look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty again continues to underperform. So if we see Bank Nifty is yet to decisively break above this trend line resistance. So last, if you see from almost on 18th of December, it tried to, after breaking below the, the trend line support here, the next day it tried to go above the trend line again, but it failed to do so. Then it has been trying in the last 3 days, but every time it tries to go above the trend line, it kind of faces a strong resistance there. So we saw the same on 22nd, on 23rd, and even on 24th as well. And again, you can see extremely thin body candles forming in Bank Nifty. So clearly, it indicates indecision as far as even Bank Nifty is concerned. So Bank Nifty on the lower side, I feel the 20-day EMA, which is around 59,150, 59,100. That zone is likely to act as a strong support zone for Bank Nifty. One good thing about Bank Nifty is that it trades above its 20-day EMA. But the fact that it's, as long as it stays below the trend line, Bank Nifty can likely stay in that consolidation phase here. I feel the next move might come once this high is taken out. I think once it takes out 59,500, 59,550, that will also mean, if we get a close, that would also mean that it closes above the trend line. And also, if it closes above this previous high of 59,500, 59,550, then chances are that it can move towards 59,800 and then followed by 60,100 in the short term. So Bank Nifty is relatively weaker, as compared to Sensex and Nifty. If you look at the heat map today, so again, no support from the major heavyweights. HDFC and ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank is down 0.17%. HDFC is flat. Bajaj is up 1.08%. So all the gold financing companies are doing well today. If you look at all the non-banking financial companies, and especially gold financing companies like Muthoot, Manappuram, IIFL. Even if you look at names like Bajaj Finance, Shriram Finance, all these NBFCs are doing well in today's trade. If you look at the other private banks, Kotak Bank and Axis Bank are up in the range of 0.46%. Bajaj Finserv is down 0.37%. So no strong support from the BFSI space today, barring your NBFC names. If you look at IT, so IT also is witnessing another day of profit booking. Infy is down 0.5%, Wipro is down 1.38%, even Techem is down around 0.28%. And TCS is relatively flat. Infy is down 0.5%. No support from the oil and gas as well. So Coal India is marginally positive. So we saw Coal India giving a downward sloping trend line breakout yesterday. Reliance is down 0.81%. ONGC is down 0.4%. So no support from the three key heavyweight sectors, which is your IT, BFSI, and your oil and gas space. If you look at auto is kind of holding up Nifty. If you see Maruti, Mahindra up in the range of 0.7%. Bajaj Auto is up 0.94%. Eicher is up 0.55%, whereas there is profit booking in Tata Motors passenger vehicles. FMCG is also quite, ITC is up 0.04%. Unilever is down, Nestle is up 0.48%. Pharma, again, no support from the pharma space. Sun Pharma is down 1.16%. Dr. Reddy is down, Cipla is down. Bharti Airtel, again, I would say 0.3% higher. If you see metal names, again, metal is also no strong support from the metal space. But nevertheless, Hindalco is up nearly 2%. JSW Steel is down. Ultratech is up 0.87% here. If you look at NTPC is up 0.37%. Power Grid is up 0.77%. Healthcare stocks are seeing some rebound from the lower levels. So Apollo Hospital is up around 1.85. So a demerger has been approved in Apollo Hospitals. I think the stock has, is reacting to that. Even Max Health is up around 1.28%. Defense stocks, railway stocks are seeing some kind of pullback at the lower level. So there is definitely some momentum in your CPSE, PSE, defense and your railway space, but still they are lacking relative strength. BL is up around 0.81% here. If you look at the sectors, which are the sectors that have been doing well, if you look at last 5 days, clearly we could see that your CPSE and defense space, all your defense counters and CPSE, like your IREDA, IRFC, RailTel, Tex Maco Rail, Tex Rail, all these counters are, though काफी टाइम से डाउन ट्रेंड में ही थे, लोअर लेवल से एक डेफिनेटली एक पुल बैक आया है. सो हो सकता है कि ये पुल बैक कंटिन्यू हो सकता है, बट अभी भी वो रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ है नहीं रेलवेज एंड डिफेंस स्पेस में. Definitely there is momentum in this counters. That could also be due to the fact that I think people usually start buying your defense and railway names prior to budget. in a hope that there'll be some announcements regarding the same. But nevertheless, defense in the last 5 days is up around 7%. CPSE is up around 3.3%. Metal stocks are there up around 3% here. So these are the strongest looking sectors, if you ask from a last 5 days perspective. But if you see the sectors that are relatively not doing well, that is your pharma, oil and gas, IT seeing some profit booking, even private banks and PSU banks. So like we discussed, private banks, bank Nifty as a whole is relatively underperforming. So private banks and PSU names looks like they can likely underperform in the coming days. Now talking about the stocks to watch out, which are the stocks that are in focus and looks relatively strong on as far as the charts are concerned. The first stock that I want to discuss is PNB Housing Finance. So PNB Housing Finance, again, it has given a resistance breakout today. If you remember, Punjab National Finance, there was negative news. I think there was news again of management change that took place around in the month of August. And since then, the stock has kind of gradually recovered, and it looks like it is all set to fill out the gap that it created on the 1st of August. And I think once it takes out 950, 955, chances are that it can move higher towards 1010, levels in the short term, with around 895, 900 acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, AIA Engineering, that is also one counter that is probably can outperform. So it's trading near the resistance of 39203940. So you can see this was a resistance here. For the last 3 days, it is trying to break above the resistance, but it is facing some kind of selling pressure at the higher levels. So once it decisively takes out 3950, then chances are that even AI Engineering, that is one stock that can continue to move higher. One stock from the capital market space, that is 361 WAM. So 361 WAM has given a downward sloping trendline breakout on the daily scale, and it has given a strong follow through move today. So I think around 1165, 1170, that is likely to act as a strong support. The RSI is in a rising mode and it has gone above 60. You can see that the DI lines are widening and MACD has crossed over signal line. And we can see green histogram bars that are rising here. So, 1170 on the downside, that is likely to act as a strong support. And, chances are that if we get a sustained move above, the prices can at least continue to move higher towards 1260, 1270 levels in the short term. Apart from that, one another counter that looks strong is Indus Tower. Agar hum Indus Tower ki baat kare, the level of 415, 420 was acting as a strong support for Indus Tower. And today the stock seems to have given a breakout. So if it sustains above 420, chances are that the stock can keep moving up higher. It can move towards 435, 440 levels in the short term, with around 400, 405 acting as a strong support for the stock. The next stock that looks good is Granules India, though it's part of the pharma space. So even Granules, if you see post the breakout that we got here on this particular date, the stock has kind of gradually moved up. It has held on to its 100-day EMA twice here. Then there was a strong support around the 50-day EMA. And the stock has relatively moved up higher since then. So around 570, 575. That zone is likely to act as a strong support. And if the move continues, I think we can probably expect once it takes out 620 on the upside, then chances are that Granules can move towards 650, 660 levels in the short term. Apart from that, one other counter that looks positive is MCX. So MCX also, it was briefly, consolidating in a range with around 10,500 on the upside acting as a strong resistance, while around 9,750 was acting as a strong support here. So it gave a breakout, though there is no strong follow through move. But I think once it takes out, I think this high, which is around 10,950, then chances are that even MCX, can keep moving up higher. Apart from that, even City Union Bank, we discussed City Union Bank yesterday. It has given a breakout. So if it sustains about 284 to 85, you can see RSI is in a rising mode. It's near about the 69 levels. DI plus is about DI minus. MACD has given a crossover above the signal line. So I think once City Union Bank, as long as it sustains about 285, the overall trend is likely to be positive. And I think it can move towards 300, 305 levels in the short term. And the last stock that I want to discuss is Muthoot Finance. So Muthoot Finance, again, like I said, as the gold prices keep moving up higher, all these gold financing companies, will be in focus. So we can see Muthoot Finance, IIFL, Manapuram, all these counters doing well in today's trade. So overall trend for Muthoot Finance is, also very positive. So I think on the downside around 3,760, 3,780, that zone is likely to act as a strong support for Muthoot Finance. And as long as it is able to sustain above 3850, chances are that even Muthoot Finance is likely to keep moving up higher. So these are the stocks that look strong as far as the charts are concerned. So we discussed about sectors, indices, stocks, FII positioning, global markets, and that was all about today's mid market session. I hope it was informative. And now let us start off with our question and answer session. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer as many as I can. So Aditya ji is asking about IRFC. So like I said, IRFC में definitely momentum है, but strength नहीं है अभी भी. But if you are holding, then probably around 115 का SL रख के आप hold कर सकते हो. So I think don't expect a strong recovery. But since it has gone up, I think you can consider having 115 as your SL and gradually keep trailing your SL higher and probably ride the trend in IRFC. And the same goes with IREDA as well. So you can have around 130 as a strong support for IREDA, and you can continue to hold that. Himaji is asking for rights. Even I would say the same for rights as well, Himaji. I think around 223, 225 is probably likely to act as a strong support for rights here. Rakesh ji, does low wicks reflect lower volatility on account of lower volumes or a signal before the likely storm? Nothing got to do with the volumes. Ideally, it's in a way it's good that the volatility is extremely low before the budget. So probably we can expect some fireworks as we move closer to the budget year. I think all your long straddles and long struggles will come into play. So expect a lot of volatility, especially towards the last week of Jan or towards the last 2 weeks of Jan. If VIX stays at these levels, I think the markets will start speculating now. The Q3 results plus the budget news, with all the speculations, in no time we might see VIX moving from 8 to almost 13, 14, or it might even spike beyond that. So not a market where you go for short straddles or strangles, because one spike can probably give you a major loss. So ideally wait and watch. I think it's just a calm before the storm. I don't know what the storm is. Hopefully the storm is positive for our markets. Shriram Finance is good. Yeah, Shriram Finance, you can continue. See, avoid fresh entry for now in Shriram Finance, Praveet ji. अगर आपके पास already है तो आप around 930, 935 के आसपास आप एसएल लगा के आप होल्ड कर सकते हो. थोड़ा सा एक पुल बैक आएगा ना, हो सकता है. ओवरऑल ट्रेंड इज पॉजिटिव. वेट फॉर सम करेक्शन एंड देन अ रिवर्सल. फिर एक थोड़ा सा करेक्शन के बाद जब रिवर्सल आएगा, मे बी देन यू कैन एंटर, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट एडवाइजेबल टू एंटर एट सच हाई लेवल्स योर, बिकॉज हो सकता है अभी आप हाई पे एंटर करोगे, फिर नीचे आ जाएगा, तो देन यू हैव टू प्ले दैट वेटिंग गेम योर. वेट फॉर सम करेक्शन बिकॉज ऑलरेडी इट हैज रन अप अ लॉट इन द लास्ट 4 days. थोड़ा सा करेक्शन के बाद देन अगर फिर से एक रिवर्सल आता है, दैट इज प्रोबेबली द टाइम टू गेट इन. View for Sensex today, I think Sensex is likely to remain flat. I think on the downside, if we break below 85, 485, then we can expect some correction in the second half. But on the upside, if we go above 85, 585, then chances are that we can see some pullback extending in the second half year. So as long as it stays between 85, 485, 85, 585, it will be in a no trade zone. IDFC Bank is good, Subanji. IDFC Bank, it's positive. I think you can continue to hold. I think you can consider having around 82.5. That is a strong support for IDFC. As long as it stays above that, chances are that it can go up. Yeah, RBI has announced an OMO of 2.9 crores. Yes, good that RBI is kind of, intervening. I think the moment they realized dollar is moving above 91, they got it down. And when they saw that yields spiked up to 6.7, I think they have announced an OMO of 2.9 crores here. I think RBI will keep doing that because if they sense if something can go wrong from these levels, I think they will come and they will try to stabilize here, which is a good sign. And I think we could see that yields have drastically gone down from almost 6.7 to 6.5% yesterday. Power Mac for fresh investments. Power Mac, I would say avoid for now, Praveet ji. अभी overall downtrend में ही है. आई थिंक थोड़ा और रिवर्सल साइंस में भी वो एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट चाहिए हमें 2400 के ऊपर. आई थिंक वंस वी गेट दैट देन चांसेस आर दैट इट कैन काइंड ऑफ मूव हायर. You did not cover Tata Capital. We discussed Tata Capital yesterday, na Pramod ji. So anyway, I'll say that again. So Tata Capital is good. You can consider holding. I think around 330, 335 is where you can consider that as a support. Avoid, I think if you are looking even for a fresh entry, I think you wait for, I think looking at today's candle, I wouldn't advise a fresh entry today. If you are holding, then consider 335 as an SL or a support, but wait for some good strong bullish candles before you enter into. But I think very difficult to say as far as the charts are concerned because the data is insufficient. But ideally, hold it from a slightly longer term perspective. Because चार्ट में वे सिर्फ 13th अक्टूबर से डेटा है. सो चार्ट्स में मैं ज्यादा आपको बोल नहीं सकता. आई कुड प्रॉब्ली से वेयर द प्रीवियस स्विंग इज एंड आई कुड प्रॉब्ली आस्क यू टू कीप an SL or a support there. So around 335, consider that as a support for Tata Capital. Jupiter Lifeline. Okay. Jupiter Lifeline, I would say avoid because currently the trend is down. I would consider having 1340 as a support. Avoid fresh entry in this stock. ओवरऑल डाउन ट्रेंड में ही है. बट अगर आप ऑलरेडी है तो अराउंड 1345 1350 के आसपास आप सपोर्ट लेके चल सकते हो. Coal India, I think Coal India, I hope it sustains. Though there was a good follow through move today, but it kind of saw some profit booking at the higher levels. But I feel as long as it doesn't go below 390, the overall trend is likely to be positive. And we saw Coal India, it is probably in the, it's moving from improving to leading quadrant here. So as long as it doesn't weaken, the trend is likely to remain positive. Varun ji is asking stop loss kaise lagate hai? So stop loss, see, there are different ways to have a stop loss. It could be based on swings. It could be based on percentage. It could be based on risk management. So Varun ji, next week on Tuesday, I'm taking a webinar on position sizing. Jape, I'll tell you how you can, keep your stop losses and at the same time manage your risk as well. So we'll have an extensive 1 hour discussion on stop losses. So that is happening on 30th of December from 4 to 5 p.m. So आप कहाँ पे आप स्टॉप लॉस लगाओगे, कैश मार्केट में कैसे स्टॉप लॉस लगाते हैं, इंट्राडे में पोजीशन साइजिंग कैसे करते हैं, हाउ डू यू सेलेक्ट क्वांटिटीज फॉर इंट्राडे, ऑप्शंस में हाउ डू यू सेलेक्ट कितने लॉट से ट्रेड करना चाहिए बेस्ड ऑन योर risk management. So all that we'll cover in next Tuesday's session. Manyavar, Vedant Fashions downtrend, yes, see, there is no momentum in this counter. I think below 580, the price can move down even further. I don't see any up move until 620 is not taken out. Probably after 620, we can expect some up move in this counter, but as long as it stays below 620, the overall trend is likely to be weak. Bought at 823. I think consider having 575 as an SL. The overall trend is strong. Weak. Abhinandan ji. I think it's better to. I don't know if you even hold on for even further price goes down तो आपका लॉस और एक्सटेंड होगा यहाँ पे. सी करंटली चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर आप देखोगे काफी टाइम से वो डाउन ट्रेंड में है. ऑलमोस्ट पूरे एक साल से वो डाउन ट्रेंड में ही चल रहा है और मोमेंटम ही नहीं है इस स्टॉक में. So you have to play the waiting game. Either you have two options. Either play the waiting game, wait for a couple of years and hope for a turnaround. But I think purely if you ask me from a technical perspective, I would say it's better to exit and probably you can reroute that money somewhere else in a counter that is looking strong. JBM Auto. Again, there is some pullback that we are seeing at the lower levels here. So ideally, you can consider having 575, as a strong support or an SL for JBM Auto. So if you look at, भले ही मैं ट्रेंड रिवर्सल नहीं बोल सकता हूँ यहाँ पे, but around 570, 575 is what you can consider as a stop loss or support for JBM Auto here. Best time to invest in cement stocks. See, probably my fundamental team would have a better answer on that. But if you look at, certain stocks, ideally, probably in the budget, there will be some announcement as far as the infrastructure spends are concerned. So obviously any news regarding real estate infrastructure that could again bring back even the cement stocks in focus. So probably my fundamental team would have a better view as to what is the best time to invest in cement stocks. But if you probably look at some of the cement names, Ultratech Cement, you can see some recovery coming in Ultratech Cement here. If you look at Dalmia Bharat is, one strong counter. I think once it takes out 2115, chances are that it can move higher. If you look at Ambuja Cements, Ambuja is relatively in a downtrend. Even if you look at ACC also has been in a downtrend here. If you look at Orient Cement, that particular counter is also in a downtrend. Maybe if you look at Grasim is one particular counter that is relatively doing well. So Grasim, India Cements, these particular two counters are relatively looking good currently as far as the cement space is concerned. हिम्मत जी next Tuesday को like I said stop loss कैसे लगाते हैं, कहाँ पे लगाते हैं, risk sizing कैसे करते हैं, we'll have that discussion separately next Tuesday from 4 to 5. If you look at Hudson, can you help me with the symbol? Are you talking about Hudco or Hudson, Pramod ji? I think you're talking about Hudco if I'm not wrong. Please suggest some gold silver ETF. I think one good option is gold bees and silver bees. I think we've been discussing this since quite some time now. So gold bees and silver bees. So अगर आप देख सकते हो gold bees, it just tracks the prices of gold. Right now it's at 113. So you can probably having you can consider having SIPs in gold bees and silver bees. You have to purchase it via your broker. So even silver bees for that matter, these are two good options. Silver bees also almost from 142 it has gone to 210 in the short term here. So silver bees, gold bees, these are some of the best options. Is it safe to start now? I would say no. If you ask me why, because already the prices have moved up a lot. So wait for some correction in gold and silver. I'm not saying wait for a big correction, But maybe wait for some kind of correction. I don't know when that correction is going to come, whether it is going to come from the current levels or it is going to come after 1 month or 2 months. But it is not advisable to enter now because already हम काफी ऊपर चले गए. So थोड़ा सा एक pullback के लिए wait करने के बाद अगर फिर से आपको एक reversal signs मिलता है, that is when you can probably enter into. If you look at Hudco currently is weak. I think if you are holding, you can consider having 205 as a stop loss. If it goes below 205, it's better to exit Hudco. ITC again, I think you can consider having 400 as a stop loss. If it goes below 400, then it's better to exit your position here. I think up move will come only once 415, 420 is kind of taken out. JSW Infra reversal, not yet. I won't say it is confirmed because it still trades below 100 and 200 day EMA here. I feel maybe there could be one small correction. And the second tick, if it takes out 295, 300, that is when, it can probably keep moving higher. NCC, avoid NCC. Don't go for fresh by Archana ji. ये already stock एक downtrend में ही है. If you look at NBCC, you wait until 120 is taken out. I think once 120 is taken out, you can consider having 110 as an SL, but avoid NBCC for now. Wait until a breakout of 120. Loris Labs is good. It's in a strong trend. It trades above all the key moving averages, but it needs to hold above 1040. So consider having 1040 as a strong support for Loris Labs, Ajay ji. Clear. So I guess that's all from today's bid market session, guys. I hope you are finding some value in these sessions. So tomorrow we won't have a mid market session. Tomorrow the markets are closed on account of Christmas. So wish you and your family a very happy and a Merry Christmas. And enjoy your day off with your families. And we'll meet again on Friday. So Friday at 12:30 on SBI Securities YouTube channel, we'll meet for the mid-market session. And until then, take care, stay safe, happy holiday, and again, wish you all a very happy Christmas. And take care, guys, and stay safe. And see you on Friday. Bye, guys. Take care.